Public day at government institutions changed to Monday instead of Wednesday. Decision reached to recommence petroleum and gas exploration. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa claims he has no intention of leaving office after 2 years. Investigations commence over the unidentified corpse discovered from the Parliament roundabout. Joe Biden slams Donald Trump's failure to act earlier on COVID-19. Good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News on TV1. I'm Jayamal Ratnayaka for the Newsfirst team. On to those stories in detail. The public day at state institutions has been shifted to Monday by the government in a bid to offer further convenience to the general public. Joint Cabinet spokesperson Minister Udega Mampila revealed details of the matter during a media briefing held to announce cabinet decisions. The Cabinet of Ministers decided to name Monday as the public day. The main reason for this was public day was previously named as Wednesday, which is a day where parliamentary sittings are held. It was also stated at the media briefing to announce cabinet decisions today that the government has decided to resume exploration for gas and petroleum sources. The government has taken a policy decision to resume oil and gas exploration, which has been abandoned for many years. Accordingly, we announced last week that we have formulated a policy on natural gas. It has become an essential factor in attracting investors. Joint Cabinet spokesperson Uday Gammapila says the draft 20th Amendment to the Constitution is not complete in all aspects. He stated the gaps could be identified and amended during the committee stages.
The positive factor in our system is that before a law comes into effect, the people are provided with opportunities to voice their opinions. However, not everything is perfect. Likewise, this draft is also not perfect. Political issues are shown on one side, legal issues are on the other side. Opinions of people and the Supreme Court. These can be reviewed and revised by the government during the committee stage.
එරෙහිව ඉන්නවයි කියන එක සියලුම පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ ඉන්න හැටි ඇමතිගොල්ලෝ දැන් 19වත් දාපුනේ නැති එකක් මේකේ තියෙනවා දැන් මනුහර මහත්තයා ඒක පැහැදිලිව පෙන්නලා දීලා තියෙනවා ඉතින් මම අහන්නේ ඔබතුමාගෙන් කමිටි ස්ටේජ් එකට යනකම් මේක ඉන්නවද නැත්නම් වඩා සාර්ථක ලෙස ඊට ඉස්සෙල්ලා ඔබතුමාලගේ රජය ඇතුලේ මේක සාකච්ඡාවට භාජනය වෙලා හදනවද කියලා
President's Counsel Manohara De Silva is one of my teachers in my legal journey. I accept the fact that he has put forward. That is why I said there are gaps. What is publicized through the Gazette is not what is passed in Parliament by a 2/3 majority.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa claims that he has no intention of leaving office after 2 years despite contradictory media reports.
To the Daily Mirror, Prime Minister Rajapaksa said that he was elected by the people for a period of 5 years and that he has no intention of leaving office prematurely despite contradictory media reports.
The Presidential Commission probing the April 21st attacks summoned witnesses today as well. Our correspondent said Chief of National Intelligence Service Isra Mendis arrived at the Commission earlier today. Venerable Galagodatte Gnanasarathera is due to arrive at the Commission later today.
An individual who had secretly brought a phone to the Presidential Commission premises was handed over to the police division at the Commission. Recording the investigations carried out at the Commission is prohibited. Our correspondent said this is the first instance such event had taken place since the inception of the Commission. Venerable Galagodatte Gnanasarathera provided evidence yesterday while representatives from 10 organizations arrived at the Commission to cross-question Venerable Galagodatte Gnanasarathera, citing the statements evidence he provided were prejudiced. The individual who had brought a phone secretly was from one of these organizations. It was revealed the said individual had recorded the footage when Venerable Galagoda Atte Gnanasaruthero was providing the statement, and accordingly the counsel representing the Attorney General had informed the Commission on the same. The presiding judge of the Commission then ordered that the person be summoned to the Commission's Police Investigation Unit and a statement be recorded. The presiding judge of the Commission also directed to examine the mobile phone as well.
Joint Cabinet Media spokesman Minister Keheliya Rabukwella says that further discussions should be held regarding the ban on cattle slaughter in the country.
It has been postponed for a month to obtain opinions from various factions. Thereafter, we will arrive at a final decision. Preliminary opinions are provided. Based on the responses, we will take the future course of action.
An unidentified corpse was discovered this morning near the Polduwa Bridge at the Diyawanna Oya in Battarawulla.
A body was found this morning near the Polduwa Bridge near the Diyawanna Oya in Battaramulla. The deceased has been identified as a 74-year-old resident of Singhapura in Hokandara, according to police. The police added that the son of the deceased had complained that the person had been missing since the 7th. The police stated that further investigations are currently underway.
The journalist for the Island newspaper Zaki Jabbar was found dead at his residence in Palavatta yesterday.
Police sources confirmed the death and said further investigations are underway. According to reports, Jackie Zaba, who was reportedly staying alone in his house, had not come to work for more than a week now. When a relative checked his locked house, the journalist was found dead. Police believe journalist who was living alone in his house might have died several days ago.
Now, attention was drawn to the death of senior journalist Zaki Jabbar and the corpse found near the Parliament roundabout in Parliament today.
Yesterday, senior journalist Zaki Jabbar has been found dead. We don't know what happened there. And today there was a body found with cut wounds near the Parliament. This is a serious situation in the country. I'm not saying these are committed by the government. However, there is a dangerous situation being created in the country now. As a result, the government should take stance in this regard.
ඒක අපි හොයලා බලන්නම් මේ ඔව් අපි ඒක හොයලා බලන්නම් මේ මරණය ගැන
We will investigate about these deaths as the government. Unlike the previous government, it was the government that let people die and looked away. We are not like that. We will investigate this. There have been deaths during the past as well.
Today is the 13th consecutive day of the 5th Gum at the Door-to-Door initiative. Our teams will be touring several villages in 3 districts over the course of the day.
Another Gum at the team toured the villages of Katkulam 1 and 2, which fall under the purview of the Asikkulam Gramaniladari division in the Vavuniya district. Many houses in these villages have not been supplied electricity, and most houses are merely temporary shacks. Residents also face difficulties due to the lack of proper roadways.
A house or home is a place where people feel safe and secure. Now, what you see behind me is another house in Tenuvira in the Puttalam district, one of the most remote areas in the Puttalam district. We from the Government Door-to-Door team have come here to identify the issues faced by these people. Now, one of the main issues these people face is the constant battle with wild elephants. Now, you have always seen images and videos of wildlife officers erecting fences, people setting up fences with electricity to keep these wild elephants away. Now, how do these people survive in the midst of all of this? They have set up their own electric fences to protect their houses because that's the only thing left. That is the only place they have to live. Now, for this demonstration, we have requested them to switch off the electricity to this fence. Now, during the day, these fences are inactive because during the day there are no wild elephants, but the threat is at night. Soon after the last light, the threat comes in, and that is when these things come into play. This is an electric fence, and this is used by the locals to keep off wild elephants. When it's night, this gives high voltage. So even if you come across a place like this, do not touch these wires and cables because these could contain electricity. And for the demonstration, we had them switched off. And this is how the people here in the Putlam district have to keep wild elephants away. We will be traveling further deep into the Putlam district to identify more issues as the people here are waiting for solutions for the issues that they've been facing for many years. For News First, Zulfikar Farzan from Putlam.
The teams also toured the villages of Athurelia East and Athurelia West in the Mathura district. The main issue surrounding these villages is lack of proper roadways. Neither of the schools in the area house a library for students. Another team visited the villages of Pahala Athurelia and Kahandugoda in Mathura district. Most of these residents in these villages are self-employed. The villagers do not have a public ground to be utilized by them.
The students of Kotahena Central College and the residents around the school have been severely inconvenienced due to the garbage dump in the area.
This is the back wall of the Kotahena Central College. The garbage has been collected on the road for about 3 weeks. Residents of the Kotahena point out that garbage collected from the house in the vicinity had been collected behind the school. Our correspondent stated that the garbage collected daily from the city council is dumped behind the school. The residents complained that this has interrupted the academic activities of children in the school. We inquired about this from the director of the Solid Waste Management Unit of the Colombo Municipal Council. He said that from today, action will be taken to stop the garbage dumping at this place and another alternative place will be used for this purpose.
Taking a look at the weather forecast for the upcoming hours of the day. Issuing a weather advisory, the Department of Meteorology says wind speeds can increase up to 60 to 70 kilometers per hour in the sea areas off the coast extending from Putlam to Kankasanture via Mannar.
Wind speed can increase up to 60 to 65 kilometers per hour in the sea areas extending from Hambantota to Puthuville. As a result, the other sea areas around the island can be fairly rough at times. The Met Department stated that the sea areas could be rough due to this. Elsewhere, wind speeds will increase up to 50 to 55 kilometers per hour and will be rough at times. In the coastal areas from Putlam to Hambantota via Colombo and Galle, there is a possibility of sea waves rising by 2 to 3 meters. The Met Department requests naval and fishing communities to be vigilant in this regard. Movement in North Andia Putlam was hampered due to the overflowing of Hamilton Lake in the area. Our correspondent said many houses and low-lying areas were flooded due to this.
And with that, it's a wrap of lunchtime news on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Jaimal Ratnayaka. Take care and have yourself a nice evening.